The New York Yankees. My New York Yankees. Your New York Yankees. It's been some time since I touched on them, and I apologize. It's been a long season. I'll be honest, I'm not superstitious. I am a little stitious. Shout out to Eli Manning. I haven't made videos in a long time because they were on a great streak. I didn't want to break things up. I didn't want to mess with the mix. But I do have to acknowledge where I was wrong. First, again, I apologize. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I appreciate you listening. Master Bruce, CB, I'm here for you. Touching in on some Yankees baseball and baseball alike. AllStar break was among us. I didn't make a video during the AllStar break. I was watching it. See my man Giancarlo get the MVP. Hitting some bombs out there. Showing he's about bending the ball up. Did you see that? Saw Giancarlo bend the ball up? Man, it's good to see. Most importantly, the New York Yankees are 64-28. That was the record at the half, best in baseball. And I'll be honest with you, they're playing better than I expected. If you go back to my video I made 3 months ago, I wasn't sure where we were headed. We had a little rough start before we went on this, great stretch. And it was a couple guys that came and caught me by surprise. The first being Jose Trevino. We traded him. We traded for him this season, and a lot of people wasn't sure what we were going to get from him. The catcher, after giving up Gary Sanchez, moving on from him, there's a lot of talk we had to find a way to fill that void. Gary Sanchez being a prolific bat, power-wise, we wanted to shy away from that. Wanted a guy that was a little more sturdy, more defensive-minded, more technical. Jose Trevino's been that. I'll be honest with you. I like Gary Sanchez. I'm a big Gary Sanchez fan. That wasn't just some guy. I went to bat for Gary Sanchez a lot. I won't bring up the negatives. Gary Sanchez was my man, 50 grand. But he moved on. And Jose Trevino, first time All-Star, was beautiful to see. If you saw him in an All-Star game, he was mic'd up. Had a couple heartwarming moments. Saying he just marveling in the moment, taking in the moment. That's what you like to see. Not only a guy that's respecting the pinstripes the right way, because he's already coming out saying that. It's already an honor to play for the pinstripes. That's what I like to hear. But beyond that, just seeing a guy relish the moment. A guy that in some ways was a cast off, didn't believe in him. Team gave up on early. But Jose believed. Jose worked every day. Hitting .250, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, OPS of .711. That's pretty solid from your catcher. That's pretty solid production. Off the top of my head, he has at least 3 walk-offs, or at least, go-ahead runs, batted in. I really like to see it. Jose Trevino, like I said, go back and listen to his mic'd up during the All-Star game and tell me this guy don't love the game. Listen to this guy talk about baseball, talk about the moment, talk about season opportunity. I said a single tear. I was driving the line, I had to pull over. Vision was getting blurry. You love to see it. And again, I only mentioned him first simply because he was, somewhat of a surprise. Next of the surprise, Nasty Nestor was glad he was getting to the All-Star game. With 7-3 record, 2.63 ERA, 99 strikeouts. This guy got the leg kicking, moving around, deception. Another example of a guy that just got it out the mud. People didn't believe in him. Doesn't throw at super high velocity. Beat you a lot with control and trickeration, smoke and mirrors. And he's not afraid to admit it. He's not afraid to admit that he may not have the nastiest stuff, even though the mustache is quite that. He's not afraid to admit that he has to, outwork you, outsmart you. You had a time with Shohei Ohtani where he was moving and grooving so much, Shohei Ohtani couldn't believe it, just laughing at him. But out of respect, because he understands the game. Nasty Nestor, I like what he's doing. I like what he brings to the table. Coming in with our arms. And because the big dog, who I'm got to get to next, Garrett Cole, the money man. 9-2, 3.02 ERA, 147 strikeouts. I'm not even going to tell you where that ranks amongst the AL. Go look it up. You got Google. Garrett Cole's the man. He's got the money, and he's still doing his thing. 9-2. Yeah, he's had a couple rough goals with the bullpen and some of his some of his no decisions. But he's been really good. He's been the horse. He's been a stabilizer. I mean, throughout his time with the Yankees, he's always been the guy we can count on, even if we were going into somewhat of a slump, that he would pick us back up and get our heads on straight. So, I like that from Gerrit Cole. Gerrit Cole is still the guy. I'm still happy we signed him. Still happy that he's a part of the system. And I think he can still be a part of the reason we do things we want to do. So I like that a lot. And then my man, I mentioned earlier, Giancarlo, my man, the MVP of the AllStar game with a monstrous hit. I'm going to get that picture up for you. But he's hitting 232, could be a little better. I would like that a little better. 24 home runs, 61 RBIs, 818 OPS. Giancarlo, he's showing a little more in the outfield this year. I'm seeing a couple more plays than I have in the years past. Doing a little more than just DH than I've seen him years past. I like to see it. I hope we can stay healthy. Like I said, I want that batting average up. But we know what Giancarlo can do. You better not call him Mike. Nobody calls him Mike around me. I promise you that. I like what he's doing. Before I get to the, you know who I got to finish for last. But Clay Holmes, I had to mention him, bullpen guy. 4-1 with a 1.31 ERA, 44 strikeouts, and 41 innings pitched. Again, another guy. Go look it up. I'm not even going to tell you where it ranks. Just look it up. If you like baseball, you want to know, go look it up. Because he's balling. I'm going to tell you right now, though, spoiler alert, it's high. It's up there, brother, because they're pitching and they're doing their thing. Shout out to Matt Blake. Got these guys pumping. I like it. You know what? I'm gonna save the money man for last. I'm gonna save the big dog last. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just talk about some other guys, that I'm just keeping an eye on throughout the season. DJ LeMahieu, 283 batting average. I would like to 283. I'm in a league where 250 get you an AllStar game. Which real quick, I gotta take a second. I understand every team gets a representative for the AllStar game. I understand that. But come on. What happened to guys hitting for average? I like the bombs. I do. I understand. I like the home runs. I like the excitement. But where's the average? Where's the technique? Let's get back to that. The technicians of the world with the bat in their hand. What happened to the guys? Now, again, I understand the trajectory, the analytics are telling you the average isn't the same anymore. And I'll be honest with you, I for a long time have agreed with it. But come on. I was watching All-Star game. I just couldn't blow my mind how many sub 250 averages or just hovering around 250 these averages were. But I digress. DJ LeMahieu, he's been known to be a consistent bat, a great defender, a guy that can play all over the infield. Consistent. And he's there when you need him. He almost pulls us out the depths in our last playoff run. Yeah, I'm looking at, like I said, 283, 9 home runs, 36 RBIs, 4 steals, 805 OPS. It's not terrible. The guy that's really still frustrating me and it still hurts because I don't know what his future holds. He was supposed to be one of the guys, the main reasons that we got our next ring. And that's Gleber Torres. 25-year-old Gleber Torres. In 267, 15 home runs, 43 RBIs, 5 steals, 808 OPS. It's not a terrible season. But he's supposed to be a star. Gleber Torres is supposed to be a star. He's supposed to be battling for Aaron Judge for some of his money. And I'm sorry, I've got let the cat out the bag. I'm leaving it for later. I'm leaving that argument for later. But Gleber Torres is supposed to be garnering some money. Who's playing Gleber Torres right now? We're not even sure if we can trade. I don't even know what we can do with him. Do we want to be a leader on this team? Do we want him to be a trade piece for something else? I don't even know. That's what's so sick. I don't even know. Joey Gallo. Listen, when we first made the trade for this brother, I knew it was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake. His bat is the epitome of feast or famine. He's either hitting a long bomb or striking out. This guy's hitting 161. He's under the Mendoza line. 161 with 11 home runs, 23 RBIs, 2 steals, OPS is 625. And listen what's so ridiculous about his game. Not only is he striking out all the time, not hitting for average. This guy is having the bad luck of when he does hit a home run, there's no one on base. This guy's turned 11 home runs into 23 RBIs. That is ridiculous. In perspective, DJ LeMahieu has 9 home runs and has 36 RBIs. And again, he's supposed to be an average guy. It's really ridiculous. Joey Gallo, I'm not sure why he hasn't been DFA'd for one of these young guys, Floral, or I don't understand. Again, this is one of those situations where I go back and say, we're in a time where Brian Cashman and some of the decisions, I just don't get it. Number one, we should have never traded for this guy. That's number one. But number two, and again, most importantly, why are we just allowing him to just play pathetically? Get him out of here. Cut your losses and get him out of here. He stinks. Speaking of another guy that's been stinking up the joint, just not as bad, so we're not as focused on it, is Josh Donaldson. Hitting 230, 9 home runs, 35 RBIs, 2 steals, 710 OPS. It's not good. Another guy, again, if it wasn't for IKF's defense, the counter for Falefa's defense, Trevino coming in at catcher, making an all-star game, playing well, these guys would be front and center as what were we thinking? Why did we acquire them? They will be front and center. Why did we acquire them? They're really getting let off the hook, and I don't like it. Aaron Hicks, another guy, he's been hot as of late. I give him that. He ended the first half hot, but he's batting 230, 238, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs, 9 steals. I like the speed. I do like the speed. 716 OPS. Like I said, these are guys that are supposed to be integral parts of the team. These aren't just guys that are happy to be there. And that's what's unfortunate. But the last but not least, Aaron Judge. Brian Cashman, you made a mistake and we continue to live through it. Brian Cashman has made a mistake and we continue to live through it. Aaron Judge hitting 283, 35 home runs, leads Major League Baseball, 76 RBIs, 8 steals, 919 OPS. This guy's having a stellar season, and we're just sitting back waiting for him to take it to the bank. That's the sickest part about it. Now we don't even know. I was having an argument, a healthy debate rather, with my man, 100 Grand, Jordan Campbell. And we were talking about Aaron Judge and why we made such a bad mistake. The reason why I think it was such a bad mistake is because, granted, of course, you got to factor in, okay, he could have played bad, and that's what obviously in some ways we were banking on for the contract, the number to come down. But you can't tell me the Brian Cashman and his team didn't calculate the possibilities of him playing out of his mind and playing MVP level baseball and him having the ability to come and ask for a blank check. We didn't factor that in. We didn't consider that. Because you tell me this. What's more important, fighting him over 20, 50 million or losing him? Think about that. And again, another thing that I think is so crazy that, people still This isn't the Yankees that I grew up on watching. These guys aren't the whole buy championship yada yada. That's out the window. Because if we were still those Yankees, Aaron Judge would have a 7-year deal right now for whatever million. That Juan Soto deal for when they were trying to cheat Juan Soto for 15 years on a slave deal. If the boss was still alive, R.I.P., Aaron Judge would have had a 7-year $400 million deal. Some crazy like that, 10-year $400 million. He wouldn't be haggling over what? Because again, this guy's gonna now he's gonna take you over the rails. He's gonna want it all. We've been saying for years we're not going after stars because we got to pay our guys. Again, Gleber Torres was supposed to get some of that money. I don't know what happened, brother. I don't know what happened. But Aaron Judge has done everything he needed to do. Is there injury concerns? Yes. There's injury concerns with anyone. And let's be honest, he's a big guy. 6'7", 290, 280. Little nicks and crane happens. We're supposed to have the best doctors in the world, the best physicians in the world. This guy is good in the media. He says all the right things. He comes to play. He's shown up in the playoffs. What more do you have to see? This is a man that if Aaron Judge is able to walk, I don't even know. Aaron Judge is going to be able to write his own ticket, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. You know, like I said, the Yankees, throughout all of this season, you know, all the distraction and Aaron Judge contract, you know, Aaron Judge will be able to play through all the controversies. We're going to have to give him whatever he wants. 64-28, despite all that, I still have to give Brian Cashman some credit. Like I said, the Jose Trevino, it's a big move. Like I said, keeping Nestor around, the Michael Kings of the world acquired, you know, Wandy Peralta. You acquired some guys. Still James Taillon, pitching well. Luis Severino, I'm kind of hurt. I hope he's not hurt. Jordan Montgomery pitched well. You put together a team that I can respect. And again, at 74-28 at the AllStar break, we're poised to finish strong and have a good season. But you got to make another move, brother. I know you don't think it's up. I know you don't think you're out the clear. And I talked about Juan Soto. Maybe that's the move. Maybe trading for Juan Soto is the move. I don't know. If it's another pitcher, another more consistent bat, getting Joey Gallo out of here. And I know it's a random throw-in, but Miguel Andujar, again, this is a guy that just lost in the sauce. Asked to be traded because he wants playing time and again, deserved playing time. I would argue if it wasn't for Shohei Ohtani being just, you know, the fanfare, he should have won it. Rookie of the year. I hope I'm not getting my years mixed up. But yeah, you got to answer for this Cashman. You got to answer for it. New York Yankees, I love you. Winning, losing, I'm watching, I'm riding. But I need 28, man. I need 28. I need that coveted last ring. We'll see. I'll be watching, be listening. Don't hold me like you don't know me. Send it to a buddy. Master Bruce CB, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, just Master Bruce on Instagram. You got something you want us to touch on? You got something? We're here for you. Peace.